this is Cruise Roy, and what I want to talk about really quick is on the Mavic. People are talking about a battery mod. A while back ago, when it came to the Inspire and the Phantom 4, someone actually figured out that you wouldn't mess with the intelligent flight batteries, you know, by tearing these apart and modding them for an extra battery. Figured out that you could just touch these certain pins on the circuit board and it wouldn't mess up any of the programming in the intelligent battery or what the Mavic or Phantom or whatever can see. Now, people are selling these online. Seems like a lot of money for, you know, something you can buy for $3 if you want to do it yourself. If you're a tinkerer, what's the reasoning for it? Some people are saying 6 to 8 minutes extra, 4 to 6 minutes. Is it really worth it? If you got the stuff and you want to tinker, and like me right now, I'm designing a lot of parts already. I got all kinds of ideas for the Mavic, but I cannot touch it because I still have a warranty. And so if you got a warranty, don't mess with your Mavic because DJI is going to mess with you. But on the other hand, once you're done with your warranty and you're happy with it and you want to get a little bit more run time, you want to fly 6 miles away, sorry FAA, but it's true, DJI is one of the biggest companies for making these things fly as far as possible, as high as possible, and it's only the truth. Eventually they'll come up with a firmware that'll stop us from doing it, which they did, and there's always a hack around that as well. But anyways, why would you do this for 6 minutes? I don't know, 6 minutes is a lot of time in the air, especially in sport mode. You can make up a lot of distance in 6 minutes, especially with the Phantom 4 or the Inspire 2. The thing flies very fast, so in 6 minutes, how far can you actually go? But what I want to talk about, I've been printing and coming up with designs with the side saddle type battery holder for the dual lipos. This is just to Velcro right on the side, right under the propellers so they don't interfere with anything. It's a little bit bigger. Not much weight with ABS. And the newest one is I call it the DJI Mavic Bat Wings because it kind of looks like a bat. Now this will lay under the belly of your Mavic and hold the dual batteries. And the sky's the limit on whatever size you want, but you got to worry about the weight. These are tiny little motors. The ESCs are inside here. They can overheat as long, you know, if you're not getting enough airflow. But if you do it right, some people have been using like little 900, 1,000 milliamp batteries, lipos, or I've seen them as big as, you know, 1500s or 1800s. So the sky's the limit. There's not much weight here. I also came up with an adapter that'll double backpack 2 of these. If you feel the weight on this and this, it's nothing. It takes about 5 of these to weigh what this battery weighs. So why do it? It's just for the fun of it, alright? Let's not keep hearing about why we do these things, why we tinker, why we explore further and farther and try to get as fast as we possibly can with these things. And yes, there are problems with it. If you get too close to water, I heard now the firmware kicks in for auto land and bloop, right in the water. So be careful with that on this. I love water shots, but I'm just learning with this one. I'm used to the Phantom 4. It's a lot smoother. The sticks I can control, but these sticks are tiny with that, with my big gorilla fingers, and this thing's all over the place and very agile and fast. So, but I'll get used to it. But anyways, back to this. The mod consists of an XT plug. Alright? They consider this the male end. And this is, you can just use that as a donor, cut it off. These are $1 a piece. You can go with just standard little, I think these are JX connectors, JXTs. If you've been into droning for a while or building your own, you got all these little adapters. I fly helicopters as well, so you always got something hanging around. But what I want to talk about is you see these metal, if you go to your local hobby store, this brass and aluminum is made by K&S. They've been building railroad, RC railroad whatever you want to call it, for many, many, many years. So they make all kinds of brass and everything, so you can do your own lighting on your tracks or whatever, even for slot cars or whatever. So you want to use a micrometer on this and get it as thin as possible, the thinnest product. And brass is a better conductor of electricity than aluminum. You can carry a lot more voltage in this flat strip of brass compared to a wire hair. So you're plenty good. What I did already, just with a pair of pliers, I cut a narrow strip. You just use pliers, bend it, figure it out. I'm going to put it on the side of the connector right now, just like that. My problem is right now I still haven't figured out how to make those cute little indentations for the slots here, but I'm working on it. But if you notice, it has no effect on how the door latches. There's no cutting out. You know, DJI ain't gonna say, ah, you messed up the drone, blah blah blah. But this gauge here just fits perfect, and if you bend it right, locks into place, positive, negative, and you just put your favorite XT60 or a JST or whatever. All right, so you have the adapter, you made it yourself, a couple of set of pliers, some K&S brass. You got some lipos hanging around from a small helicopter like I got. Velcro, everybody has Velcro hanging around. And this is my latest mount that locks into the front. You spread the back wings. It locks into the rear legs. Alright? I can hold the whole Mavic up with this. The obstacle avoidance and sensors are all available. They're not being blocked. It doesn't affect the camera. And you can take Velcro your lipos sideways, and then they would plug in up here to stay away from the props. I'm trying to work on mine to be a Y plug coming right out. Alright? You can use your favorite XT, the smaller lipo. Even if it just gives added flight time for an emergency home back, it's well worth the tinker. But this is all I wanted to show you and explain why people are doing this. And this is Cruise Roy with the Mavic Pro dual lipo mod, and I'm out of here.